he's like, you gotta talk about the biohack packs because they're new. And so I threw out my entire talk 2 days before this event that I put together. So I'll give you the cliff notes on that.
Yeah, that's fine.
So the most important point was that, you're never gonna have to apologize. That was one of the most important points. And God, I have so much on my mind right now. There were 5 reasons to it. Katie, my personal assistant, she probably. I'm gonna publish that on Facebook, okay? Because it's a lot for me to remember right now. I don't want to miss any of it.
Okay.
But probably the most important point is that you're never gonna have to apologize for it. And we'll get to the other things. All right, coming around. I'm making my way this way.
So, we all know that we're very passionate about the glyphosate solution. And I was just curious about the biomedic packaging, why it doesn't say that. Is it like a California thing for the labeling? Why it just says gut support and not that it also pulls glyphosate from the body?
So we have to be really careful about claims, and we don't want Monsanto coming after us.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't afford to even defend ourselves against one lawsuit. You know what I mean? They put us out of business so fast. So we just need to still be here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I thought it might be something around that.
Yeah, we're trying to stay in the shadows.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So we have something called shadows of light, right? In Native American church, we say that, like in the light, things are revealed, but in the darkness, they're healed. So sometimes you have to go into that darkness and walk through it. So I believe you're next.
So I'm seeing a lot of people doing injections for weight loss right now, especially people I really love.
The GLP-1s.
And I have come to the topic with I would take responsibility, a judgmental attitude about it. It's a drug, and therefore what we have is better. I've been thinking about it as either or. I recently was sitting down with a dermatologist who, she's like, what do you do? And I told her what I do, and she said, oh wow, I bet that would go really complementary with injections.
And just to interrupt you a little bit, so when someone, I don't know if they're in the audience now, they called me and said, I'm really ashamed because I'm taking a GLP-1 and I should just be doing Purium. I said, why do you have shame? I don't like shame. Self-judgment. I don't like any judgment, much less self-judgment. I don't like any shame, much less self-shame. So let's stop that, right? Stop her in her tracks on that. She's doing the best she knows, the best she can. And if we don't judge her and ask her to just compliment what she's doing, I'm so proud of you for doing something about your weight. Can I help you? Do you know how much better that GLP-1 would work if you were doing Purium as well? And then we're gonna get her to a weight where she no longer needs the GLP-1, and you're gonna have made a real confidence, you know what I mean? So again, no judgment, no shame, not just in yourself, but in others, and they'll feel your love, you know what I mean? They feel our shame too, like every time, I just don't hear it. I don't hear people's opinion of me, I just don't care, I got up this morning and I put on these pants. I noticed there's 3 stains on them, and you guys have seen them 5 times before. And I'm like, who cares? Everybody loves me. It's okay. Just love yourself. I don't mean everybody loves me. I just mean I don't care. You know what I mean? And so, yeah. I just want you to let her feel that. Let her feel that you're on her side, you're on her team, and you know what she needs, and you're meeting her where she is.
Yeah, well, she really opened me up to, instead of thinking of it as either or, she's like, people are going to be doing them. They're doing them. Yeah. So she specifically asked me to ask you, how is Purium helping people, like you said, to complement and help shift the lifestyle, even while maybe taking injections, but maybe eventually tapering off and then going for the long distance lifestyle shift. And
so people
that was
who use
helpful.
control, really use it like the right way, it's probably the best single thing that could complement her, and then a green tree after that.
Control meal caps.
Yeah, the control pre-meal caps. Yeah.
Describe the right way.
Tell me.
You said the right way. Use it the right way. Can you describe the right way?
Well, people go to a restaurant and forget their control caps at home. That's when they need it the most. You know what I mean? That's the type of thing. got a quick one?
People are trying to lose like 200 pounds or more. Should they take more super aminos?
So super aminos, I personally take like 30 a day.
Wow.
You know, and I know Amy does too. I'm a big believer in the super aminos. I'm an intermittent faster, and then during the day, I just sometimes live on, you know, power shake, beets, and aminos. So, you know, it should fit your lifestyle. Yeah. Back there.
I have a question.
Speak a little louder for me.
I have a question about the Be Energetic. I just got that for the first time. My 6-year-old is on the spectrum, and she's pretty much always in a state of fight or flight. So how would you say that I should give her that? I was talking to Mary Beth about it, and she said it's just something you do for a short period of time. But she obviously can't take a capsule, but I could just empty it into something. But like, how many times a day would you give it to her? She's only 6. Would I give her a whole capsule?
So,
You suggested that all for
why
her?
would you think that the Be Energetic would be for her? I'm just curious from what I said.
Just because she's like always like frantic. She's always like running off. She's just always like in a state of fight or flight. Like she can never sit down.
So the control helps you when you eat. It helps food go through your body.
Be energetic.
Oh, be energetic.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's a really great idea. You know, I think that's a good like off-label type of use. You know, for it. And how much does she weigh?
She's like 55 pounds.
Okay, I would think like 3 or 4 capsules throughout the day.
Okay.
And you know, and the focus, in focus, I'm sure you already have that.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, I think those will work really well, complementary. And so we will get the my mind. I've got so much on my mind right now. We will get the you know, the one that helped when you were anxious. Why can't I think of the name?
Chill.
Yeah. So we found the reason the chill spray got because the manufacturer was pinched with the newer, tighter, which I love, the newer, tighter, more restrictive organic standards, right, that they put in place. And so the preservative that was in the chill spray, because it's a liquid, was no longer on the approved list. And that's good. We need some help, you know. But I just got a sample of the chill spray with the preservative that is on the approved list for organic. And I think it was the last Diamond Club, I gave a sample to Nicole's son, and Nicole Hussein's son, and he calmed down almost instantly.
Wow.
It was amazing. So I really believe that's going to be special
chill's great.
for children on the spectrum. And I'm looking forward to getting that back.
GABA.
And so keep an eye out for that, okay?
I think it helps me more than CBD.
I gotta keep going this way, I'm sorry. Okay, over here.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Holly Boniface, and excuse me. I'm
You're louder?
We can't hear. Okay, sorry about that. My name is Holly Boniface, and I am a helicopter pilot. And I met Autumn when I was going to help my mom after she had a stroke, and she served us some shake, which we both liked.
So she went to visit her mom after she had had a stroke.
Yeah, I also decided at that point, my mom is 84, my dad's 87, and they're in Santa Barbara at a retirement place. So I had been traveling around, flying helicopter tours in Hawaii and everywhere, but felt like it was time. So
To be near them.
Yeah, so this may be a conversation that I can have in a little more detail, but I found my dad, he has Parkinson's, and he's in a little more care than my mom. So one of the things that's happened to him is that he's now more on a liquid diet. So as we're transforming, Mom and I, doing the shakes and things like that, I found that it's virtually impossible for us to be able to get that for him because it's a little more regulated with the states. And when Nicole was speaking, I believe it was her that mentioned that, oh, this is available on your health savings or your health retirement accounts and things like that. Well, and I had mentioned something to Autumn, but I believe that it might be best suited to direct it at you, is there a way to get individual packs of what a meal would be? Because if that could be possible, then I believe that I could have that served to my dad, where he is.
At the
right
care
now,
facility.
yeah, because right now the choices are really, I mean, they're grinding up food and stuff like that, and you know what they're grinding up because it's what they feed people normally, and supposedly it's the right calories and it's the right nutrition, but very well do I know that there's got to be more. And this is one of the answers, and even like traveling, like we're traveling, some people travel a lot farther than I did. Santa Barbara's not far. But, you know, if there was a way, even the biodegradable individual packs of the nutrition would be something that I believe, and I can even try to help with facilitating maybe getting that as there's a lot of people on liquid diets, and they can't get something as good as Purium in their diet because it has to be individually packed, it has to be regulated. So anyway, not to belabor, but I don't know if that's something that's on your radar screen.
You know, I think we made 10 packs, was the smallest we've ever done in individuals. So the machine that makes individual packs is like $250,000.
Yeah, it's
you know?
expensive.
There's just almost no chance we're going to invest in that.
Yeah.
I just want to be honest.
Yeah, well, I just thought.
So we have a lot of people who are being fed through tubes, and they just immediately notice a change when they start putting the Purium into those tubes. So not that he's being fed through a tube, but
No.
really don't have an answer on individual packs for you right now, okay?
So
And I'm
you
sorry
do
about
though
that.
have 10 packs?
I believe that we do have some things that come in a 10-pack, right?
Five.
Oh, 5-pack.
But it's 15
Five-
servings.
five
Five
pack.
servings, yeah. So maybe that could help.
5 packs.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay.
thank you.
Okay, so the biomedics, you mentioned that yesterday about CRP protein. How many?
C-reactive protein.
C-reactive protein, how many capsules of the biomedic to lower the CRP?
So here's the incredible part. You know how many capsules they used in the study? One per day. She's read it. Thank you. And you know that they didn't restrict their diets. They kept eating what they were eating, which just blows my mind. Imagine if they stopped eating an inflammatory diet and took the biomedic. What's possible?
Just
Okay.
one day? I
One
thought it was
per
two
day.
in the morning. Okay.
No. There was a time that we were recommending 2 a
Yeah.
day, but you know, for those of you who did that, you know what the result was. So.
Is that all you recommend?
It's a 2-month supply for someone.
Some people take 2 a day. They still do.
The study was
And they
done
like
with one
that, but
capsule.
Any other products or
60
anything?
capsules, 2 months.
It's for the study. We just have that one product.
Okay.
And here's the thing: when we get some more studies done, guess what else is going to be proven to reduce glyphosate? Aqua vibrance. Because our studies in agriculture, we have farmers now who have fields that have residue of glyphosate, and then they're growing crops and testing the crops, and they don't have residue of glyphosate in the food. So the potential is incredible. We have Indian tribes in Florida contacting us because they want to remediate all the poison that has been that's in the Everglades and where that is in near, you know, on their reservations and on their properties, and they have the money to do it because they own casinos down there. So we've got some people paying attention to what we're doing. You know, my friend.
We were curious about with biomedic, it's fantastic for removing glyphosate. Is it proven to remove any other like heavy metals or any other toxins?
We haven't done any other clinical studies. The next clinical studies we're doing will be on the aqua vibrance because there's just so much potential with that product. You know.
Plus, if that's proved to be to remove other heavy metals.
Can you share just a little bit about the history of the design of the ULT, like putting the products together that you knew the results were gonna be what they are?
So the ULT is just the core 4, you know, multiplied.
Yeah.
And I know that some people have a problem with the 2 shakes a day. I have helped people who are really, really sick, and 2 shakes a day, I would say that if you really need to get well, 3 shakes a day, morning, noon, and night. And they could even be half as much, but it's the wave of alkalizing. It's the flush through the system. You know what I mean? That has that effect. So even if you put all of the powder in one for 3 servings and had it in the morning, it would not have the effect of that wave that you push through your body 2 or 3 times a day, right? So of course you're still just taking the cherry at night, but you're taking a little bit more. You're still just taking 1 biometic, right, a day. And so the addition is the parasite cleanse. I spoke to so many doctors who said, if I could just get all my patients to do a parasite cleanse, you know, I mean, literally medical doctors, they say, if I could just get my patient to do a parasite cleanse, you know, and because it's so important, even medical doctors would recommend it, right? So that's the reason I put that in there. Now, so every product has a specific purpose, you know, and of course the cherry is just because you want to sleep better at night, you know, and sleeping heals you. And so it's hard to explain, but if you're going to put together a program that sort of gives your body what it needs, protein, fruits, vegetables, it's sort of like all that, you know, and then we give the aminos. So for protein. So you've got all the food groups in a way, you know, protein, fruit, vegetables, carbohydrates, it's all, not that those are food groups, but those are all the things you get from food that are important. So that's the way we put it together. Pretty simple in that, but at the same time sort of complex. All right. Back there? Yes, you. Talk loud for everybody.
Okay, I'll try. What do you say to somebody who's taking, just started the ULT, is taking sleeping pills, and says, I don't need the apothecary because I'm on sleeping pills?
Sleeping pill.
Sleeping pills.
So the thing is about apothecary, it has the antioxidant potential of 5 servings of blueberries, which is massive. There is something called caprylic acid in apothecary that has been proven to kill cancer cells on contact. Now, I'm not saying that apothecary does. I'm saying there are studies that show that caprylic acid kills cancer cells on contact. The anti-inflammatory effects, you know, the way it supports your body's reaction to inflammation. There are so many reasons to take tar cherry besides it helps you sleep. All right? And it helps you sleep. Okay, we're gonna go in a loop this way.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Dave. My name is Blessa, and my question is, people who are going through chemotherapy, radiation, or are possibly in remission, I've been working with people who are in that state, and also severe autoimmune, and there's concern around the superaminos. I've gotten that feedback, like, will the aminos exacerbate, or is this safe to use? And it's such a tough question to ask, because I know we never want to say the C word, but I feel like the more I do this work, the more I'm involved in that, and I want to help, and so I need to learn more, and I would just love to hear what you have to say.
So the problem with chemotherapy and other things is they will wear down your muscle. And that muscle wasting that happens because of the therapy actually is a lot of the reasons at the end why some people die, because they don't have anything left to support them. So unless your naturopath says no because of some specific amino acid, and I couldn't imagine that, I think the super aminos are still on the approved list, you know. Your other question was?
Just people who are dealing with severe autoimmune, chemotherapy, radiation, or in remission, just gone through like a health crisis. Sometimes there's fear around doing anything because they've tried so much.
No, I agree. So my daughter, who unfortunately is battling breast cancer right now, she, you know, I gave her a list of my recommendations, and she took it to her naturopath. This naturopath is specifically hired by the hospital, and they have worked for 20 years supporting cancer patients. So she's been through everything, right? And so she said yes to the tart cherry, yes to the aminos, which is really, you know, which is really good. Yes to the be energetic, you know. So pretty well, and yes to the chlorella. is all good.
During chemo?
No, the chlorella has to be stopped like 2 days before the chemo because it's just too good at blocking the radiation. So, no, seriously. And so, but does anybody want to hear what else the naturopath recommended?
Or what did she say no to?
So this is incredible. Walking for 30 minutes a day increases their survival rate by 55%.
Wow.
And you know why? Because psychoneuroimmunology says if you get up and walk 30 minutes a day, you're telling your body, I want to live. I'm going to act in your defense. Manuka honey, really good to help your body fight cancer. It's so funny, like I've got so much on my mind, like that it's like I can't think of things. Like as soon as I start thinking about the treatments, I start thinking about my daughter and all those moments. But I'm gonna go ahead and put it on Facebook. She has about 5 things that she is doing that come from sort of the naturopathic, world that are really important. And again, the Manuka honey and the walking and God, I'm so sorry, I can't think of the other things right now. But there's about 5 things that we have her doing to complement the Purium as well. So let's keep going this way. Sitting down. Stand up and talk loud.
So I don't know if you got this question the other day, but I asked somebody to ask, but I wasn't able to make it to the video on Wednesday. Anyway, so if you were to put, say, like 5, 10, 15 different capsules of different products in your shake, would you still get the benefits of each individual capsule?
There's not very many of our products that are contraindicative. But what happens with the Power Shake, I'm just going to share some of the design with you. The reason we have gummy beta glucans in the Power Shake from the brand is because that actually gums up and holds the stuff that the nutrients against the intestinal wall for longer. It doesn't let it just fly on through. So those gummy beta glucans that we talked about that actually could eliminate the forever chemicals, which is amazing. They weren't put in there because they can eliminate forever chemicals. I didn't know that. They were put in there because it actually gums up like oatmeal, right? And then holds on to the nutrients and helps them stay against your intestinal lining for longer. So for that reason, I would say that it could complement it, as opposed to be detrimental. Do you open the capsules or do you leave them in the...
Open the capsules.
Okay.
That way we're not taking like 15 different capsules along with the shake and then, it's a lot to swallow. The shake makes it easier.
So I make my shake so thick that it literally feels like it's a malt. Seriously, like he's seen it, like because I got that much stuff in there, So
But you still get the benefits of each one.
Oh, absolutely.
That was it, okay.
Yeah, it's going through your digestive tract. Yeah. Right here with the sitting down and the camera, then we'll go back to you, sir, and over to you.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, somebody's got a light on their camera. You can't do that to me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.